Welcome to a place where hearts unwind, infinite threads that gently bind, love and compassion in every line. Together we rise through space and time.
Welcome back to Infinite Threads. I'm your host, Bob. And this one's for your heart. Not your politics, not your defenses, not even your mind, really. This episode is for the part of you that remembers something you may have forgotten. The part of you that knows, deep down, we belong to each other. Even when we don't agree. Even when we've been hurt. And even when we built walls so high we can't even remember why they went up. This episode is about love's deepest truth. That there is no them, there's only us. Somewhere along the way, we forgot. We forgot that we are born into the arms of others. That every breath we take is a gift passed down from someone else's lungs. That no one makes it here alone. Instead, we started dividing. We drew lines across maps. We assigned value based on skin, flag, God, and last name. We created stories that told us some people were more worthy than others. And the longer we told those stories, the more real they seemed, until a neighbor wasn't a neighbor anymore, just the other side. Until a stranger was no longer family, but a threat. But here's the truth. We are not enemies. We are entangled. The air that leaves your lungs today enters mine tomorrow. The same sun warms every village and every prison. We bleed the same, we cry the same, we hope the same. We are kin, whether we see it or not. You don't really have a choice. And until we remember that, we're going to keep hurting. We live in a world obsessed with measurement. Productivity, profit, borders, votes, lines on a map, lines in a bank account, lines in the sand. But what about the things that can't be measured? The hug you gave that kept someone from giving up. The song that held a person together through a storm. The time you chose to forgive instead of fight. None of that will be in a ledger. None of that will trend. But it mattered. Because love doesn't need permission. It doesn't need the right passport. It doesn't need proof of worth. Love is the one force that reminds us, you are mine and I am yours. Not because we agree, but because we look, or not because we look the same, but because we're alive at the same time. And that's a sacred thing. Let me ask you something hard. When did you stop believing in someone's goodness? Not a politician and not a celebrity, but someone close. Someone who disappointed you. You know, a family member who said something cruel maybe, or a friend who shared something hateful. Someone you thought you knew until they stood for something that you couldn't. It's easy. It's easy to cut the thread in moments like that. To say, they're not who I thought they were. To decide that they don't belong in your heart anymore. But here's the thing. Love doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It doesn't mean excusing harm. Love means saying, I see your hurt beneath the harm. I see the thread you forgot you were holding. It doesn't mean we let people abuse or belittle others, but it does mean we remember that they're all still human, still family, even if they've lost their way. When we stop othering people, stop turning them into monsters just because they're different, something begins to grow. We grow patience, we grow perspective, and we grow peace. The people we feared start to feel familiar. The walls we built start to feel unnecessary. And we begin to see not just the difference between us, but the divine. That spark, that humanity, that same beating heart. So, what happens when we really live from that place? We soften, we listen longer, we become a bridge instead of a border. Let me say this loud and clear. Love does not require agreement. You can love someone who voted differently. You can love someone who worships differently. You can love someone who says things you don't understand. Loving them doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're awake. Awake to the truth that love isn't about similarity. It's about commitment. Commitment to seeing the soul beneath the surface. Commitment to reaching across the divide. Commitment to being better than the world taught you to be. We don't need more warriors in this world. We need more weavers. People willing to weave the broken threads back together patiently, gently, fiercely. People who say, I still see you. You are still part of this family. Even if their love has been twisted into fear, even if their thread feels tangled beyond repair. If you've ever felt like you don't belong, like there's no place where all of you is welcome, this part is for you. There is a table where you belong. There is a circle wide enough to hold your scars, your history, and your hopes. You don't have to change your core to be loved, and neither does anyone else. The table of love is not for the perfect. It's for the trying, the learning, the listening, or the longing. And you are not just welcome at that table. You are needed. Because when you sit down with your open heart, you make space for someone else to do the same thing. So what does it really mean to be family? Well, it means you show up. You forgive again. You grieve losses, but you don't burn bridges unless you absolutely must. It means you hold hands when they shake. It means you speak hard truths with love, not cruelty. It means you keep weaving when others give up. And it means you never forget that you're not here by accident. You're here because love needs you. Because someone has to remind the world we're not enemies. We're not strangers. We are at the most sacred level, one. One thread, one breath, one family, a tapestry. And today, that someone is you guys. Until, we have to start thinking about this, guys. Until next time, keep threading, keep softening, and remember this: you are part of something beautiful because you still believe in love. I love you all very, very much, and you know what I need you to do. Go out and pass that on. Later, Gators. Bye-bye.